Imagine yourself going to the gym for the first time because it's your first day. You start with lighter weights and repetitions. Maybe you will do 10 reps of each exercise depending on which body part you're targeting. But after you get consistent, put in some hard work, increase the weights and reps. You come to a point where you can do 40 reps now. Congratulations. But my question is that could you do 40 reps on the second day you go to the gym? The answer is no. It took months to get there. Quitting an addiction is the same, it's not something that can be done overnight. You have seen many people trying to quit alcohol. Suddenly they quit alcohol, weeks go by without a single drop of it. But one day shit happens, and now there is a tsunami of alcohol. They drink and dry out the whole town. It's the same for most addicted people. So here is a guide to prevent that from happening. This is a 3-step process to quit an addiction, and the last step is the most important one. So make sure you don't miss out on it. The first step is being mindful and decreasing indulgence. If you play games multiple times a day, limit it to once a day. If you watch porn multiple times a day, decrease it to only once a day. And when you get that craving, just be mindful and don't relapse. Because that's what quitting an addiction is actually about. You get that craving, but you become mindful and you don't relapse. And as time passes by, you become more hardcore. On the first stage, you indulge once every day for a week. Then you indulge once every 2 days for a week. You're going to keep doing that until you reach once every week. And after you're able to hold off for a week, you will go for as long as you can without relapsing. And remember that don't do 90-day streaks. Don't focus on the days, focus on being mindful and not relapsing, which we will talk about later in this video. And this advice is especially for corn addiction. Video game is easier to quit than corn. After going to once a day for a month, you can quit it completely. And to ensure that you don't relapse, the next step is important. So here comes the next step. And the second step is to get busy. By getting busy, I mean to get off your bed. You have upcoming exams, prepare for them. You are done with your studying, go on a walk with your friends. Play some sports with them. Because the more you're inside your room, it is more likely that you will indulge in your addictions. You will see an Instagram notification, you will go and check it. Your friend sends you a reel, you will watch it. Then you scroll down, you see a fat ass, and now you're on incognito mode. But when you're doing something or out for a walk, it is less likely that you will indulge in your addiction. The more you are in a healthy environment, there is a low chance that you will indulge in your addictions. You're not gonna watch porn when you're out with your friends unless you're a crackhead. With this, we come to our last step, which is self-image. Now, self-image is the most important part in overcoming an addiction because you can't do something unless you imagine yourself doing it. That's why 90-day streak doesn't work, that's why you relapse again, and that's why you download the games again. When you're on a 90-day streak, you're imagining yourself watching porn and relapsing when your streak ends. When you delete your game for some days, you think about playing the game in your mind. So you're setting an image of yourself as an addict. That's why you should focus on quitting the addiction itself and not on the 90-day streak. Focus on not watching porn and not playing video games. When you get that craving, just be mindful. Set an image of yourself as a guy who doesn't watch porn, who doesn't play video games anymore. He's social, confident, and gets bitches. That's how you set a good self-image. By doing that, you're not thinking about watching porn or playing the games when your streak ends. You're creating a mindset of a person who isn't addicted. But remember that quitting an addiction is not something that you can do overnight. It is going to take time. People need years to quit porn and game. Because you didn't build that addiction in one day. You built that addiction in years. So be patient in that process. There are things you will learn and figure out by yourself in that process. Choose what you want, short-term gratification or success in the long run.